The presidential election isn't the only one to watch. The Richmond mayor's race is heating up as Joe Morrissey maintains his lead. But according to the Richmond Times-Dispatch, a poll shows 40% of Richmond voters are still undecided. Tiffany Hill has more. The Center for Bioethical Reform says they just want to have a conversation with students, but with controversial displays and pamphlets like these, some students say the issue has gone too far. VCU Votes encourages students to utilize the university's shuttle system. The shuttle makes 5 stops at different polling locations and runs every 15 minutes. And best of all, it's free with your VCU ID. The Northside Holiday Art Walk has grown 33% in vendor participation since last year. Some vendors are even contributing portions of their profits to charity. First Baptist Church is also using another tactic to help raise funds. They're asking the congregation and other members to bring silver and gold. This tactic helped in the 1930s to revive the church. In our continuing series on the $1.2 trillion student debt problem, we told you some American students moved to Canada to get a cheaper education. After a year of construction, the Pottersfield Memorial Bridge is complete. The highly anticipated pedestrian bridge connects Browns Island to Manchester. Tony Tucker has more on the riverfront's newest attraction. VCU Votes is a nonpartisan group helping to get out the millennial vote November 8th. While students move to and from class, one special group hands out flyers hoping to draw in more millennial voters this election season. VCU Votes is no ordinary class. While table campaigning, they also use mainstream social media outlets to spread the importance of voting to students. Student Lily Asori says the 2008 election ultimately led the way.
Obama really kicked off the whole use of social media in campaigns when he started tweeting, and ever since then it's obviously become a lot bigger. I think a big part of millennials being more active and being more involved in this election process is because our candidates are very active on social media.
VCU Votes also encourages students to vote by promoting the university's transportation services. Professor Marcus Mesner encourages shuttle usage.
So VCU always has a shuttle that drives a circle around all of the polling places. It usually starts at the library, and students can just jump on, go to the polling place, and take the next shuttle and come back.
VCU student Ann Gallo says it especially helps most first-year students without cars.
That's pretty sweet, honestly, because I wonder a lot about the freshmen.
Mesner is hopeful that VCU Votes will help increase millennial voting participation this election.
Pro-life, that's a lie. You don't care if women die.
Pro-choice students shout in opposition to a controversial display on their campus comparing abortion to genocide. The Center for Bioethical Reform's Genocide Awareness Project shows alleged aborted babies next to images of lynchings and Holocaust victims. Pro-choice students felt the images were too graphic for a college campus. Virginia Project Director for the center, Maggie Egger, says students are the perfect audience to target.
Once somebody is 40 or so, their ideas are pretty much solidified. But when you're in college, you're still exploring and trying to figure out what you believe, so it's a good place to have debate.
The Center for Bioethical Reform says they just want to have a conversation with students, but with controversial displays and pamphlets like these, some students say the issue has gone too far.
Disgusting, despicable, actually evil. This does not belong on one of the most liberal and diverse campuses in Virginia.
Gloria Wazinski says discussing social issues is part of the college experience.
We need to be challenged, we need to be tested, we need to really prove that we do have the information to back up certain viewpoints.
Pro-choice students say they'll continue to make their voices heard.
I'm going to be here as long as possible until they go.
It's the most amazing day of the season. I look forward to it every year. And look at this weather.
Participants were excited for this year's holiday art walk in the Westwood area of Richmond's North Side. 9 residents opened their homes as open studios for artists to showcase their work. Jewelry, pottery, paintings, and even scented candles were among the displays. Director Lisa Fornes welcomed artists of all ages.
We have people who are still in college, and we have veteran artists who have been doing the show almost the entire 27 years that it's been going on. So it's a really great multi-generational, multi-talent event.
The Northside Holiday Art Walk has grown 33% in vendor participation since last year. Some vendors are even contributing portions of their profits to charity. One nonprofit, Dadas and Design, raises money for poverty-stricken women in Tanzania by selling their hand-woven African prints. Vice President Suzanne Spooner-Munch says customers at the Art Walk have been very supportive.
Absolutely awesome, and it's been fun to see the people come year after year and recognize our products and buy the new things and ask how the women in the village are doing.
Spooner, along with other participants of the Art Walk, continue to work towards keeping the Richmond art scene alive. Inside one of Petersburg's most historical churches stands a congregation looking to expand membership and make major improvements. What was once a congregation of well over 1,000 members is now a mere 100. But First Baptist pastor Reverend Robert Dawson is hopeful change will come.
God grows the church. The scriptures tell us that He adds to the church. He's the Lord of the harvest. And if we do our part, which is to fulfill the Great Commission, somehow, some way He does what He does.
First Baptist Church also needs repairs due to water damage throughout the facility, as well as termite damage. So far, the church has raised just over $300,000. Dawson is trying to meet a $500,000 goal by Easter to continue the 7-phase improvement plan.
Phase 1 was completed end of late spring this past year. It has sealed all 3 roof surfaces, both the education wings and the sanctuary. Had we not done this now, there's no telling how further advanced the damage would have been.
First Baptist Church was founded in 1817 and has been dedicated to education in the inner city. Many years ago, First Baptist held the first tuition-free kindergarten program in Petersburg City. Capital Endowment Campaign Chairman Betty Steele is hoping that with repairs to the church, they can implement these programs again.
Well, we just feel that young people today, in many cases, are struggling. They have many problems to face. And we feel like that a faith-based preschool here at the church could help that situation.
Dawson remains optimistic about the church's future.
We're on a faith venture.